Hey guys, I want to tell you about the other night when we had dinner in Cuba, and it was amazing. And it was cheap, and I'm going to tell you about it basically right now. I love food. I like to cook because I like food. I like the cooking piece itself, but I like trying out new things. And to me, one of the easiest ways you get to experience another culture in some form, maybe not the most authentic, but in some form, and you get to try new flavors. So have you ever been watching like travel YouTube? My favorite travel YouTubers are Karen and Nate, and there's a lot of times when I'm sitting there going, I really want to eat what she's eating right now. And for a long time I was like, you know, I never wanted to travel to that country. I'm just not really that interested, but I want to eat that. And then it dawned on me, I don't have to. I can experience the food of that country the best I can by cooking it myself. And so I started to scour the internet, and sure enough, there's recipes on everything. And disclaimer, obviously this is not super authentic. You can't necessarily go to Cuba today though. Maybe you don't have enough vacation time. Maybe you don't have enough money, or you've got some weird passport issue. Maybe you can't go to that country or don't want to go to that country, or you have limited vacation time and so you've just chosen other locations, but you want to eat that food. Why not make it for yourself? I hunted out the national dish for Cuba, found this recipe by chopping some garlic, onions, and red, yellow, and green bell peppers, and got all of my prep done on that. Then we went ahead and seared our meat like the instructions say. Got a real nice hot sear on it, caramelization on both sides, salt and peppered. Then in that same pan where there's that caramelization on the bottom, went ahead and added the peppers and onions, following the directions in the recipe, and let that cook for about 15-20 minutes until it was nice and caramelized, and some of the moisture from the vegetables had started to kind of deglaze the pan just a little bit. And then we added the rest of the ingredients to make this kind of amazing sauce all back into the pan. Got the meat into the pan and covered it and let that hot joker cook for, I think I cooked it for like 4 or 5 hours. Some pretty extreme amount of time, but I'm telling you, this turned out to be great. About halfway through cooking, Jackson comes in and says, "Mom, it smells like tacos in here." So at the end, once it had been cooking for 5 hours, we went ahead and added all these extra condiments, if you will. They were, you know, pimento, green olives, which is one of my favorite foods anyhow, roasted red peppers, capers, and it just made this really savory, delicious sauce with this really, really tender meat. We shredded the meat, put it back in the sauce, added all these condiments. It was phenomenal. So to go with that, we made some rice. We made a mango salsa. And guys, I make fruit salsa all the time. It's basically always the same thing. Some kind of fruit, whether it be mango, strawberries, pineapple, whatever fruit, you know, that's kind of tropical-ish that you're into. Lime juice, fresh jalapeno, a little bit of cilantro, and some red onion, like just some chopped up red onion. Mix that up. It's freshness. And when you've got something so savory as this piece of like really cooked heavy, great meat, you put some freshness next to it and it's just delicious. So we had rice, we had our meat that had been cooked for an extreme amount of time, some homemade black beans, and some mango salsa. And it was delicious. And my husband loved it. Thought it was great. anytime that I'm doing like a dinner somewhere, I like to either have like an appetizer of that place or a dessert of that place, so you can kind of get more than one just dish. And I was doing some research, and it looks like guava pastries, although they're usually had with coffee, it seems like, a lot of people were recommending them and they weren't too time consuming. So we took some puff pastry. There's this guava paste you can find in the international foods aisle, and slice that, put some cream cheese down, put our guava paste slices on top of that, topped it with one more piece of puff pastry, and baked that. And it was awesome, amazing. It's just nice to have flavors that are different than the flavors that you eat every day, and they were amazing. Also, I finally got a microphone for my camera, so hopefully this sound is better. We really are going to finish that room in there so that when we're filming, and I'm talking, you don't have to look at, this is the side of my dresser. So that's going to be it for this one. I hope you guys really enjoyed our quick little dinner trip to Cuba. I hope that you guys try recipes like this or try this one. I link it below. It was amazing, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Do you want me to make it again?
Yeah. Yeah.